Welcome to the engine teardown and restoration video. Alright brothers, grab a seat. Get your snacks ready. Let's start the teardown. This protective cover is quite nice. It saves us time on preparation later. The first time I saw the SRK 800 was at the Chongqing Motor Expo. To be honest, the appearance and craftsmanship of this bike will completely change your previous perception of Zhengting, QJMotor. Anyone who has seen the actual SRK 800 would likely say the same. Look at this part here. This is a small detail. It's coated with lubricating grease. It shows QJ is putting more care into assembly than before. As for the clutch, it uses a slipper clutch. Nowadays, slipper clutches are standard for domestic large displacement bikes. Those who often watch my teardown videos know. Common slipper clutch brands include FCC from Japan and domestic brands like Chongqing and Lead. But while stripping this SRK 800, I saw a new disruptor. Look at these clutch plates, they are paper-based friction plates. And these plates are actually made by FCC Japan. So I was wondering, which clutch manufacturer would be sourcing these? FCC clutch plates? I stared at this clutch basket for a long time. I couldn't figure out which company produced this clutch. The craftsmanship looks solid too. You watching the video can probably tell as well. After some inquiries, I found something incredible. QJ has started manufacturing their own clutches. Only the friction plates are outsourced. Because the hardest part of a clutch set is the paper-based friction plate, not just the clutch. The crankshaft and connecting rods are all made in-house by QJ. This self-sufficiency model has a huge advantage. Let's look at the oil pump. The small chain is from Did Japan. What was QJ's engines missing the most before? It was this oil pump chain guide plate. Well, they finally included it this time. Now we don't have to worry about the chain wearing down the crankcase. Let's check the main shaft bearing. It's from CNU, Bahuan. A P5 grade bearing with C3 internal clearance. I wonder how wide CNU's reach is. Even Wyong Honda and Sundairo Honda are using these CNU bearings. Removing this oil pipe. This part is interchangeable with the Honda 650. If a Honda 650 owner's oil pump breaks, they can totally buy this as a replacement. Talk about saving money, right? The existence of this engine really significantly lowers the maintenance cost of the Honda 650. For example, this cylinder head gasket is also compatible. Looking inside the cylinder head, this camshaft cap, compared to the old Benelli 600 and Benelli 300, it looks much better. Let's bring a Honda one over for comparison. Well, take a look for yourselves. Check out the timing chain. It's a did silent chain from Japan. Before I tore down this engine, I purposely bought some spare parts for this engine in advance. After all, people might worry this is a special press unit. I bought these parts through a third party. Let's look at the packaging. Brand is correct. Part number is correct. Let's open it up and see if it matches what's in the machine. Keep your eyes peeled. It's a genuine DID silent chain, no doubt. It seems QJ's personnel restructuring is paying off. Here is my third-party purchase record. Based on the price, I already suspected it was a DID chain. But I bought it to be sure. Mostly because when I tore down manufacturer-provided units before, many fans were quite concerned. They said the machine I dismantle might be different from the ones you buy. So I came up with this method. Actually, anyone in the industry knows. The chance of special order engine parts is very low. Because changing parts requires new molds and such. The cost is extremely high. Alright, let's look at the camshaft. I didn't buy a spare camshaft, but you don't need to worry if it's a special part, because this is made of standard materials. If it were a forged camshaft, then you should be suspicious. But there's no need for that here. Let's compare it with the Honda camshaft. Both are cast iron. Neither are high-end camshafts. Vast majority of bikes use this material. We know Honda's cams can break at the limit. So if this bike is pushed to the limit, it will likely break too. Look at the valve lifter. The top is treated with DLC, diamond-like carbon, to increase wear resistance. And this valve lifter is a one-piece design. It doesn't use shims. If you need to adjust valve clearance, you have to replace the entire lifter. Notice the top of the lifter is black. The Honda one is just natural metal color. Many domestic manufacturers now are starting to adopt this process. Actually, our country's engine parts are not bad on a global scale. Perhaps due to cost reasons. Domestic brands weren't fond of using them, but they've slowly started using them recently. Let's pick a representative part. The piston. Look at this piston. It uses micro-arc oxidation, MAO, treatment. The MAO top creates a ceramic layer, which effectively insulates against high temperatures. Let me compare it with another piston. Then you'll understand. This one is the MAO-treated piston. And the piston on the right has no special treatment. Let's flip them over and look at the internal cavity. Can you see it? This is the discoloration from high heat. Mechanics probably see this all the time. Now for this piston, with the MAO top treatment. See that? You can visually confirm there are no heat marks. Of course, the other piston isn't broken. It just doesn't look as nice. But it doesn't affect normal operation. Now, this isn't Zhengting's own technology. It's technology from Zhengting Pistons. It's just that QJ made the right choice. Actually, this piston is even better than the one in the Honda CBR650. This kind of process, Vogue, Cyclone, CF Moto, and Cove are all using it. It's very common in China now. I should point out, our domestic piston technology is very advanced. As for the cylinder, don't expect it to be a plated ceramic cylinder. Even the Honda 650 is like this. This is definitely a cast iron liner. The bore of this engine is the same as the Honda 650. Both are 67 millimeters. So why is it an 800 cubic centimeters? QJ increased the crankshaft stroke. They gave it 100 horsepower and modified the camshaft. And the piston rings are also interchangeable with the Honda 650. So Honda 650 owners, you should be quietly happy. If your bike starts burning oil, QJ's piston rings are quite good. Wait until I show you the piston rings. I just had a sudden brainwave. What if I try to fit a Honda 650 oil pan? Let's see if they are the same. For those 650 owners with a cracked oil pan, now you have spare parts available too. Same goes for this steel gasket. The Honda 650 gasket sells for over $400. The QJ one is only a few dozen. They are identical. And don't worry about the sealing. QJ's gaskets are actually quite good. You don't hear about their bikes leaking oil everywhere, right? In this regard, we should thank QJ. Especially the 650 owners. In the future, maybe even MV Agusta owners. Let's look at the crankshaft bearings, shells. Guess what kind of shells QJ would use? Anyway, it exceeded my expectations. I've only seen these copper lead shells on high-end bikes. So far, I haven't found any other domestic bike using these shells. I'm not sure if it was a tech blockade or what. But these are Daido shells from Japan. Let's compare them. Both are Daido Japan shells. But the one on the right is copper-based tin-plated. And this one is lead-based. See, they are Daido, right? As I said, these shells exceeded my expectations. I didn't expect QJ to source genuine premium shells. Hopefully, they won't downgrade the specs later. To verify if the shells are genuine, I also bought some in advance. In this package are the shells I bought myself. Comparing them, they are identical. If you want to buy this bike, but are really worried, you can spend a few dozen to buy parts and compare them yourself. These shells are also compatible with the Honda 650. Now look at the rod bearings. The rod bearings return to the copper tin-plated type. The brand is also Daido Japan. Take a look at the crankshaft. The crankshaft is also produced by QJ themselves. This shows the strong capability of the company. This isn't rust here. This is copper spraying. It can improve sealing. This fell off during dismantling. Okay, let's put the Honda 650 crankshaft next to the SRK 800 crankshaft. Compare them yourself. Look at how they were formed. You can tell by the manufacturing process. See this wide protruding part? This is a forged crankshaft made from a forged blank. The SRK 800s is also from a forged blank. If it were cast, it would just be a thin line here. Let's grab the piston and look at the Piston brand. With this level of craftsmanship, it's basically guaranteed to be genuine. Look, here is the Zhengting logo. Look at the piston rings. These are NPR, East Asia, rings. High-end tech piston rings. I happen to have some here. Look at the description for the DLC coating. These piston rings are top-notch. Now that it's all torn down, let's summarize.